Hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. Yes, my name is DanRobzProbz and today I've got an add-on showcase for you. But as of right now, as of recording, this add-on is not actually out for download. I've been lucky enough to get a early preview, showcase, test around version of it. Just so I can make a bit of a video on it and preview it and show you it before it actually comes out. So this is actually being created by Gecko, and this is what it's actually called, Gecko's Machine Tech. But it's also, I think he's calling it Gecko's Gizmos, really. I don't know why he's called it that, unless he's changing the name. Again, as of recording, this is early preview, so things might change. But when you do download this, I'll have links and everything in the description of the video, as well as a link to Goggled Gecko's channel. That is the actual creator, okay? Because it's not me. This is created by another member of the community. But yes, this does come with a resource pack and, of course, a behavior pack. Now, it says all this stuff here. For the sake of the video, I've set up a bit of a test world and I am going to be going in creative and survival and stuff. So, what is this add-on? Well, technically, it's like another machines add-on. And believe me, guys, this is Minecraft Bedrock Edition on the current update. Okay, so just quickly before I do hop into the world, you do need to enable these two sliders here. Not the creation of custom biomes. There's no custom biomes in this whatsoever. I mean, again, for the sake of the video, I've got cheats on. Okay, that is pretty much it. Again, I don't know if this is multiplayer friendly. He has not even mentioned anything about that. It probably is, I would say, but I don't want to say it is and it isn't, if you know what I mean. But anyway, let's hop into the world and see what this is all about, shall we? So I've just loaded in. There seems to be a brown sheep behind me. And if I hit F1 here, you're going to see over there on the right, I've got power levels, generated, and used. It both says 0. So like I say, this is another kind of add-on that is focusing on making automation easier in Minecraft Bedrock Edition and more fun. Honestly, this is really a well put together little add-on here. I'm not just saying it because I got a bit of a early preview or anything. I'm literally saying it because it's very good. Like the animations, the textures and stuff, very well done. And also the whole power mechanic of it is really cool. So before I do get into it, let me just show you this because this is probably going to help you a lot to understand this a bit easier. I'm not going to read all this stuff, but he's actually made a how to play section. So if you go onto the how to play section of Minecraft, there is Gecko's Gizmos now, and it tells you everything about all this, like the generators, the different machines, and the quarry, and all of this. This is the one that you're probably going to use the most, and this is the custom crafting recipes. I really like this feature a lot. I think this is a very good idea. And maybe I'm going to use it for some stuff in the future. Who knows? But I absolutely love this because Minecraft Bedrock Edition currently, yes, you can find items and entities, but you can't find blocks. So if you are making custom blocks and stuff, this is another cool way to show people how to actually craft things without writing about a million books. But yes, and there's another page here, which is common issues. Okay. Now, I am going to just tell you here, I am spawned in at 37,75,7. This is my spawn area, okay? And yeah, I just built all this here. But sometimes in Minecraft, you could spawn 1,000 blocks out. And that is what this known issues thing is all about, common issues. If you pause here, you can read that. I'm not going to read it. But sometimes the actual function will not function properly if you're not in near the radius of 0, 0, I've been told. A way to fix this is by editing or changing your simulation distance, I believe. And the other thing is just kind of head towards 0, 0, basically. And everything should be all good. So with all that out of the way, we can actually talk about what we can do and what is there actually in this, okay? So I've sectioned this out as best I could to kind of explain it in easier detail, if that makes sense. So first of all, these are the two things you're going to need, okay? So, this is the first recipe, which is a dynamo and then a paddle. Very cheap to make. Anybody could do this. And we just need some cobblestone. And these are solely just ingredients for a water wheel. Now, the water wheel is super important because this is how you generate power. Now, this thing will generate 5 power forever. There's no ticks involved in this. It just literally, once you place one down in water, it will give you 5 generated power. Okay? Currently, this is the only thing that generates power. Now, he's told me he's going to be making windmills as well. So, again, future updates is going to be exciting. But yes, next, what we need to do is craft a capacitor. So, as you can see, this gets a bit more pricey. And you're going to have gone to the Nether at least to obviously get yourself a blaze rod. And obviously to get some magma creams as well. And again, you need a lot of iron. So, this is probably for mid-game to late game kind of resource-wise. But yes, you need this power transmitter, okay? So what you do, you place a water wheel down, and then you put a power transmitter right next to it, and then you go from that, basically. Without the power transmitter, the actual water wheel would not function, okay? I will show you all this in a minute. I'm just going to explain as best I can quickly, okay? So this is a more advanced machines and gizmos, okay? So I've got 2 more chests here. Now, first of all, this chest is all about a circular harvester. What the hell is that? So you need to craft the harvester headers and a bag of wheat seeds, or bags of wheat seeds or whatever. And these, again, are solely for just this recipe. And once you've made it, you can actually create this. Now, this thing will generate wheat over time. Now, I believe it's like 1 to 4, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this is all on the actual how to play part. If you go to machines, it does tell you everything right here, which is pretty cool. And next are some more advanced kind of cool machines. Personal favorite of mine is this, the auto miner. And by the way, these recipes are fantastic. They're really unusual, but they make sense in a way, which is pretty cool. The next is a shaker, so like a sieve or a sieve, however you pronounce that in America. And lastly, we got a compressor. Currently, this thing is super, super OP, and I'll show you why in a minute. And lastly is the big one. And I mean, it's big. So first of all, we got conveyor belts. These are directional, which is amazing. And again, a recipe that kind of makes sense in a way. I like the use of the power rail. But again, some of these things are quite pricey. But this recipe, I believe, gives you 3 or 4 conveyor belts. I think it's actually 3, if I'm not mistaken. Next is a drill bit and a basic frame. Now, these 2 things make up the quarry. Again, super, super expensive. I can't remember if this gives you 8 or it might just give you 1. I honestly can't remember. But you combine these 2 things together and then you can literally make a quarry which will mine for you. So now I've explained it all, let's actually just go in this chest here. We've literally got pretty much everything I need to show you this in action, okay? And right next to here, I've got all of these different things here which I want to play around. I haven't actually tested this myself. I want to see what the auto miner can actually do when it breaks glass. If it could break bedrock, I don't know if it can. What happens if it breaks diamond ore? So do you get diamonds? Can you use it for tree farming and a cobblestone generator? A lot of testing. I don't even know if it actually works. So hopefully it does. So it'll look good on the camera. But yes, let's literally break this chest, grab all the bits, and show you how this kind of works. So I am in survival. I haven't done anything different here. I've got 2 buttons here. One is going to put me in creative look. And oops, and the other one is going to put me in survival. And I got one more command here, which will just clear all my items in case I get in a bit of a mess. I found this area. Wow, this is where I spawned in pretty much. And there's a bit of water here. So first of all, we need to generate some power. So let's just grab this water wheel and power transmitter. So the water wheel, wherever you place it, so if I placed it here, the actual water wheel part that will spin will be here, okay? So it always goes left to the player. So for example, if I place one here, this thing will go here, like this. And if I place another one here, it will go like that, and it will go and neaten up like that. So you can see these are generating 0 right now. All you need to do is put one of these things next to it, and there we go. I'm in survival. Bear that in mind. If I break this, it will instantly go back to 5. And if I put another one there, it will go back to 10. These, when they're rotating, it means it's functioning. Okay? That's kind of how it works. So let's generate a bit more power here. There we go. Right. So we've got loads of power, as you can see. So that is 50 powers worth. Okay? Now, the compressor, I don't think it only uses 3. Yeah, as you can see. All of these, by the way, can be broken with your hand and you get the item back, or like the block, which is pretty cool. So what the compressor actually does is only compresses down iron ingots currently. And what it does is change them into netherite ingots. But it's supposed to change them into steel ingots. So again, I feel like he's probably still working on that. currently. But yes, I'm going to put away the actual water wheel and the power transmitter so I don't get confused here. And things will only function if you've got power. So, for example, if I've got a conveyor belt, it will only work now because I've got power, if that makes sense. So what these actually do is literally move items in whatever direction they're facing for you. So it's a conveyor belt, pretty much. Exactly what it's supposed to be. And again, you can break these with your hand and you get them back. But wherever I look, they go, which is pretty cool. Now, I like this a lot because these are a custom block and they don't use up anything and they function so well. I just hope in a future update you could do vertical ones because that is always the bit of a problem. When iron ingots get near it, it changes them into a netherite ingots. Oh my god. So next up, I've got the actual shaker. Now, so this is basically like a bit like a sieve. And again, this one uses up free power. As you can see, it is moving slightly, so it's definitely working. If I break that, you'll see I'll get free power deducted and free put on basically every time. So if I throw some basalt at this thing, you'll see it'll get teleported to this location and it will be converted into a random item. I don't know if there's a really rare chance or something of a diamond or an emerald. Maybe that would be something that would be quite cool to put in. But basically, this is just a good way of using up your unuseful blocks, if you know what I mean. Another thing which is pretty cool, as you can see, whenever I throw this in here, it is getting like put over here. Now, I feel like this is probably because he wanted to use these conveyor belts, maybe. So you could obviously set up a chest right here with a hopper, but unfortunately, I don't have hoppers on me, or do I? Nope, I don't have any hoppers. If I had a hopper there, it would get sucked up and go there, right? So if I fire this like this, it will go there, items will come out, and they'll go along and then go into the chest. I feel like that's probably what he was going for. So with this kind of mechanic in my head, I feel like I could probably make some sort of makeshift farm with this, potentially, on a timer. Let's see if I can do this. So I've set up a little bit of a timer, so all I've got is 8 items going in these hoppers, and they're locking each other, as you'd probably know this kind of little clock system before. Nothing too fancy here. Again, I'm not a redstone genius or anything. I just know that this exists because I use it quite a lot. I don't know why. But whenever the redstone block hits this redstone, it's obviously going to power that. So I could power this block then, which will then in return power this part here. And then I can just set all these on timers if I really wanted to. But then, basically, eventually, this should just keep firing it out. It's obviously, stupidly, I put it next to that, unfortunately. So it's going to pick that up. Maybe I should change this slightly. But either way, it's kind of working of what I want it to do. It's on a timer. Now, the reason I'm doing it quite slow is because if, for example, I put a load of basalt in there, it would teleport them all over here straight away. Now, I think I've actually got a spare hopper here, look. And if I kind of go around here, whoops, don't know why I did that like that. Put these like that, and we can put all of these things in here. So that is the compressor and the little shaker in action. Again, automation, but you can get automatic iron and gold. So maybe it's actually worth making this thing before you dive too deep into the other stuff, if you know what I mean. But yes, that is pretty much those two things in action. I just wanted to show you that you can actually hook this up to be fully automatic. And again, you could probably set up another sort of system like this with this compressor as well. Again, if I was to chuck in, i.e. like all 3 of these iron ingots, it's going to not work. It needs to be one at a time, unfortunately. But maybe over time, they will, if you know what I mean, it will just keep sucking them up and it will spit another one out. Maybe. But it looks like from what I can see here, if you do that, I'm not 100% sure. Did it dupe it or what? Now we got 5. I'm pretty sure I had 5. So maybe you can do it like that, but you've got to remember items do despawn after 5 minutes. So yeah. So now we're going on to my favorite thing. This is the auto miner, okay? And it's pretty self-explanatory, really. This auto mine blocks for you. But I'm really, really far away. I just want to show you that this thing, wow, the whole power system works extremely far. Now, I do not know the exact radius of this, by the way, before you ask. I guess it's quite big. But yes, I'm just going to make myself a bog standard cobblestone generator here. Nothing too fancy going on here. And keep it as simple as I can, as you can see. That should produce me cobble right here. There we go. So I've got an auto miner here, and I don't know if this is directional. It actually is. Wow. I'm learning as I'm making this video. That is pretty cool. But this one is my favorite. I love this one so much. The animation is so cool. Just the whole everything about it is so cool. Look at this. It's absolutely, oh, it's just so cute. If that can even be cute. But it breaks the block, and whatever it breaks, it goes behind it, which is so good. And all you need to do then is put a hopper, obviously with a chest, but unfortunately, due to DRP being so slack here, he's forgotten his chest. Obviously, you've made yourself an automatic cobblestone generator. And now, he's also mentioned, or I wanted to test as well, I might have read it somewhere, I don't know, that this works really well with trees. And again, I need to, we're going to just test this. Apparently, this thing can, like, chop down trees. I don't know if it chops them all at once, so this might require a bit of technical here. Okay, it just works like that. Okay, so it'll only do the bottom layer. I was imagining that that thing was going to break the whole tree, maybe. Okay. Either way, if you set this up, you could probably make this break a lot of things, and not just cobblestone and logs. You could also probably make it useful for a concrete maker or something like that. But I love it. The animation is in perfect timing for breaking a block. But what else can this thing actually break, and what does it do to glass and different things? Bedrock mainly, I want to see. I've not actually tested this. Okay, so first of all, let's test glass. What happens if you break glass then? Okay, you literally get nothing. What about grass? Okay, you get dirt. Stone must be cobblestone then. Yeah. Logs is going to be log. Yep, okay. Gravel. Okay, I'm just going to test a couple of gravel to see if I get some flint from it. I'm wondering if you probably can. You can? Wow. Okay, so this is basically like if a player breaks it. Oh, this is quite interesting. So if you break that, it should be normal. Can you break that? Oh my god, look how fast it breaks it. What about this? And now the biggie. Are you kidding me? I kind of didn't expect that. Oh my god, this thing can break bedrock. Jeez. That is maybe a bit too OP. Maybe that needs a bit of fixing. I definitely was not expecting that. So one of the last machines to actually show you before the actual quarry is the circular harvester, okay? Now this thing will produce wheat for you just over time. I think it's every 8 seconds if I remember correctly. And it obviously, with the name Go, circular, it makes a circular little farm. So if I put this here, you're going to see. Look at this thing. I feel like this looks so cool, man. But basically, this thing would just spin around when it's powered and produce you a load of wheat for free, which kind of comes out of this tube. Again, you could just sit a hopper right there or conveyor belts or whatever. Obviously, make all this automatic quite easily. But yes, this one is pretty cool. And again, I am in survival. You can just break this here and it will completely remove it. But you do get a load of seeds for free. Because if you remember in the recipe, it used a bag of wheat seeds. But yes, and then obviously you get that back. So yeah, all in all, pretty cool that one. But it does use up 10 power. Now, it is quite OP. I do want to put it like here so you can see it properly. But you definitely saw it went up 10 then. If I remove it again, you'll see it will remove 10. There we go. So that is that one. Now, lastly, we're going to do the quarry. But I need to actually go to a crafting table here and show you have to craft this, okay? So, if I do this, like so, and then put a drill bit in the middle, we're going to get this. Now, as of recording, he hasn't updated the texture of this, so it looks like a button. But every time you make this, you get markers, okay? So let me put all these things away. Maybe I'll keep that and explain this to you in best way I can. So I've crafted up the assemble terminal and I got given 2 markers. So where's the quarry? How does this work? I'm going to show you right now. So I've gone away from everything, as you can see. By the way, this uses up a 20 power, okay? And I'm just going to place this thing right here in the corner, okay? So if I punch this thing, it doesn't do anything now. It will in a minute once I've placed down the markers, okay? Now the markers are essentially a marking area for where the quarry will be placed. Now, from testing, you can do a lot of customizability with this. It's super, super cool and very, very useful if you don't like mining or you just want to make a massive hole and get loads of resources for for free. But this thing, again, is quite pricey, so it's quite end game. But basically, wherever you put one marker, you need to click the other one and it will become a blue marker. And this kind of marks out where your quarry is going to be. But where the markers are actually is where the actual frame of this quarry is going to be, if that makes sense. So if I wanted, for example, a 3 wide, like, quarry, this is how I would do it. So 1, 2, 3, okay? And then all we want to mine out is this one baby little square here, okay? I'm going to put another one of these here. Hopefully this works. I've not actually tested this, but if I punch this, it will become blue. So you need to have 1 blue and 1 red, okay? So the quarry frame will be here, and it will go up a bit. And technically, it should only mine out this hole here. And all we need to do is punch this thing, so hopefully it'll work like this. Maybe not. Okay, maybe you can't do that small. Maybe I was being a bit silly. Okay, we'll try it a bit bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've gone up a bit now. We got a 5 by 5 quarry. So it should mine out whatever's in the middle, which should be a 3 by 3 area. Boom. There we go. And there we go. It's not a 3 by 3 area. It's bigger than that, actually, Dan. But you can definitely see that I just made a quarry in a few seconds there. How freaking cool is this, guys? I absolutely love this thing. And whatever it mines, it gets sucked up here, where you can see there's definitely this kind of like hopper thing here. And you can obviously hook all this up again with chests and things like that. But you could, I don't know what's going on over here. Oh, this is overflown, isn't it? Let's take all that. Thank you very much. So just quickly, the quarry will stop mining if it hits bedrock, water, lava, end portal frames, and the end portal. Okay? So watch out for water, watch out for lava, and don't mine above the stronghold, basically. But yes, you can see this thing is mining away. There is a few times a bit of visual glitches. Again, I do only have a bit of a quick preview kind of a version of this. But you can see I'm actually getting coal here, but I'm not getting the XP, unfortunately. But it's all getting sucked up here. I honestly think this is a GG, 100% well done here. I feel like this thing is very, very cool. And how do you remove this thing? Push the big red button and it all goes. And we got a hole here. Beautiful. And yes, we don't get anything back, unfortunately. I thought we did, but we don't. So again, if you want to do one of these again, you're going to have to make the markers again. So the best thing to do is probably just ditch the terminal and, you know, craft another one because you're going to get those markers again. I don't know if there is just a way to make the markers. It doesn't say anything about that, unfortunately. But if we do that, we should get the markers again, look. And this time, we're going to go huge, shall we? I don't know how big this thing can actually go. Now, there seems to be like a bit of a village here or something. I honestly did not put that there. But this looks like a lovely flat area. Now, the biggest size you can go, and the smallest size you could go is 3 by 3. And the biggest is 8 by 8. And I know this because you get an error message, look, as you can see. IFM. Quarry size incorrect or no power. Maximum size is 8 blocks apart. 8 by 8 hole. So what that actually means, you could do a 9 by 9 area. Because remember, these are the actual frame of it, if that makes sense. So if you want to do that, you could do 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So initially, this is the biggest quarry you can actually do, according to what it's just said. So let me put this thing here. Oh, there we go. And if I hit this like this, we should get the biggest quarry we can actually get in this little add-on pack. And again, it is still working, and it's not going to mine these ones yet because it hasn't got down an extra level. Even though I'm so far away, this thing is still functioning. And yes, you cannot break these blocks, by the way. They take like forever. I don't know if you can break them or not. So like I say, the only way to actually kill this thing is by pressing the big red button, which is just over here. It kind of moves around all different places. But this is going to take a very long time because it's huge. Oh, God. But my God, I absolutely love this thing. I think it's so, so cool. And obviously, there's so much more room for improvement and updates and stuff. Like I say, he wants to add a windmill and some other cool stuff. So obviously, when this actually fully comes out, go and check it out. Google Gecko. Go and subscribe to him because he is an absolute legend for making this. And there we go. We are getting dirt coming out right now. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's quite long, but there's a lot to go over. So this is Gecko's Gizmos. I'm DanRobzProbz. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye! And obviously, when this is fully out, I'll have the link for that as well in the description of the video, so you can download it. But I'm sure it'll be on mcpdl.com or something like that. Okay?